Today marks the launch of another Fortnite Battle Royale update, and with this update marks the end of the Fortnitemares event, so the game will no longer be like Halloween themed, and also weekly leaderboards will come back with this update being launched. The biggest thing that this update adds is smoke grenades. I like smoke grenades in a lot of shooters, like they give you a lot of options and really change the gameplay a lot and give you more room to make like aggressive plays, but I don't think I will be using them very much in Fortnite. Don't get me wrong, I think they will be very, very, very helpful. Like I definitely think there will be situations where they'll be like a lifesaver, especially when crossing very open areas like Dusty Depot, Loot Lake, some of the mountainous areas where you're trying to like push onto someone's mountain. It'll be very good there. Or if you're pushing onto someone's base, smoke grenades will be helpful if there's snipers shooting at you. There's a lot of like situations in this game that smoke grenades will be really helpful. I just don't see myself giving smoke grenades a slot in my inventory. I've been over this before with like the addition of slurp juice and the silent SMG. But in Fortnite, you only have 5 inventory slots, and my first 3 are pretty much always taken by a rifle, a shotgun, and some sort of healing item. And that leaves 2 slots to carry more situational items like snipers, explosives, or any extra healing items like shields or slurp juice. So I just don't see myself often giving up other things like a sniper or an RPG or extra shield potions for the smoke grenades. I think they'll be very helpful, and they definitely have their very like niche, very good uses. But I think that in solos and duos, they really won't see much use from me at least. I think they will see a lot of use in squads. Since in squads you have 4 players, your team actually has access to 20 inventory slots, and you could spread some of the more situational things around. Like, not everybody needs to have an RPG. It'd probably be better to have only 1 or 2 maybe in the squad and then give all your RPG ammo to that. Same thing could be said of snipers, and like you can have one guy carry like the extra shield potions if you find them. You could just spread the more situational things around, so it's likely that one player will be able to hold on to the smoke grenades and just throw those out when your team actually needs them. So in squads, since you have access to more inventory slots, since you have more players, I think that smoke grenades will be more helpful, and you can actually like carve out a spot for them on your team, and they will be like, if you want it to happen, you could definitely make smoke grenades work within your team. I just don't think that solos with 5 inventory slots or duos with 10 that you really have enough room to get some of the more like super situational things like smoke grenades. I really like using smoke grenades in pretty much every game I play, just because not a lot of people are used to playing like against them. But it's just, and they're always underrated in pretty much every game. But in this game, I just don't see them taking the inventory slots for me, because especially since I mainly play solos or duos, and like I said, you don't have as much room in those game modes. The next largest thing in this update is global leaderboards, where players will be able to see the top 50 players across their platform for each given game mode and for score. I think these leaderboards are good, and it will be interesting to see who the top players are. And I'm sure like if you're one of the top players, it will be fun grinding to see how high you can get. I don't think there's like a time on these leaderboards. Will it be weekly like the other weekly leaderboards? That would be interesting, because then you could actually go for it each week. But if it's like all time, then it will be kind of annoying, because then like if you fall behind, like you're just fucked, and it's very unlikely you would be able to keep up. So I see both options being good. Hopefully they just do both. They have like an all-time top 50 and then a weekly top 50. I think that would be the best way to do it, because if it was like weekly, then I could see myself actually caring about it. But if it's all-time, I don't think I would ever care about it, because I know I would just fall behind at some point. So these things are just good. It'll be interesting to see who the top players are, and for those top players, I'm sure they'll have a lot more fun playing the game and seeing how high they can get on those leaderboards. The amount of medium ammo that drops in a stack was previously increased for duos and squads. It was increased to 14 in duos and 18 in squads, I believe. But it was only applied to the ammo found in chest, ammo boxes, and supply drops, and now these ammo changes will apply to floor loot as well. So now all the ammo you find in duos will be 14, and all the ammo you find in squads will be 18 for the medium rifles, or medium ammo rather. The pumpkin launcher has been removed because it was part of the Fortnitemares update, but they changed the normal rocket to support rocket riding. I think that's good, because rocket lighting was like an interesting little glitch, and it was like cool to have, and it didn't really hurt the game, so I don't really see why they would patch it out. And it's nice that they actually patched it in and had to do more work to get it to work on the normal rocket, but they actually saw that it was a glitch that really wasn't hurting the game. Those are the main gameplay changes with this update. The rest are just minor bug fixes and more like optimization things like they do with every update. They also moved where the bushes are in some locations, like they just reworked all the bushes in the map, but I really can't speak on that because we don't know how they did it. So those are the main changes: smoke grenades, global leaderboards, and then the medium ammo dropping to floor loot now, and then also the pumpkin launcher being removed because it was part of Fortnitemares. It's a pretty small update. Smoke grenades will have an impact on the game, but I think they'll mainly have an impact in squads. Comment down below what you think of smoke grenades. Do you see yourself giving these a use in like solo? Like, are you going to give up something in your inventory for smoke grenades, or do you agree with me that in like solos you don't have enough room for these very situational weapons? Comment that down below. I'm really interested to see what you guys think about that. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be appreciated, and if you're new around here and like to see more Fortnite content, consider subscribing.